Hey everybody, today we have a BenQ. This one's a little different than the usual BenQs. This is actually a 4K. This is a TK850 BenQ. Yeah, it's a little over 4 years old, about 4 years old, and it has a shattered color wheel. At least that's what it seemed like when I rattle it around. I actually dumped most of the glass out already just because it was getting everywhere. But we'll see. This is fine. So let's get the lamp out and see what's going on inside here and what we have to do to change that color wheel. But before we do that, let's take a look at the data tag here. You can see it's a TK850 right there. Manufacturing date of July 2020. Okay, so as of filming this, I'm filming this in May, or end of April, beginning of May. So almost 4 years old, a little shy of 4 years. The lamp, replacement lamp that it's supposed to take is a 5J JKC05001. I'll go off on a little rant about that later, but I've noticed most of the companies selling the 5J JKC05001 are selling the wrong lamp. They're selling a 5JLN05 or JN90 something, different lamp. I'll put some pictures up and stuff, but they're selling the wrong lamp for this projector. So if you buy a lamp for one of these and your projector's dim after you put the lamp in, it's a wrong lamp, and at some point we'll go over that. But on here, you can see BenQ gives you a few things to help you out. We have a center of gravity mark right there, if you're going to balance it. And then the center of the lens is right here. So if you're trying to line it up with your screen and everything, it's nice to have. So let's pop the lamp assembly out. Hey, this front, I know I'm going on tangents here. Is that? No, there's no plastic. That blue looks like that plastic they put over aluminum or shiny stuff. So let's get the lamp out. So this particular chassis usually has 2 screws. There's going to be another one, and there's supposed to be another one on this side, but you guys can't really see it. It's even kind of hard for me to see. But the screw's missing there, so we only have to take out the screw on the one side. And the next thing you do, you can open that door up if you want. I just like to do that because I can get my finger in there. This whole thing slides forward. And sometimes that screw hangs up a little bit. There's supposed to be a spring that pushes it out, but there we go. So if it doesn't go forward all the way, just keep loosening that screw and pushing it forward. Then that pops right off. Looks like this was around, I know I can't really tell what that is. That's some kind of smoke or something. Maybe it was near a wood stove. Doesn't really smell like, doesn't smell like nicotine. So I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We're gonna clean it up too. This is actually my projector. I bought this just for repairing for you guys. So there hasn't been any real interesting ones to show you. So I decided to splurge a little and buy this one. I'm going to fix it up and then it'll be for sale. So check down in the description to see if there's a link. If there's a link there, it's still for sale. If there's not and it says sold, then obviously it's sold. But either way, it'll help plenty of people who own one of these when they inevitably run into the color wheel issue, because I suspect they're all going to need it at some point. So let's pop that lamp out. So I've never opened this particular chassis before. I am going to guess at a few things, and hopefully I'm right. I suspect this needs to come off, but I also suspect that front piece stays on. I think what we're going to do, or we're going to try it at least, is I'm going to take this little ring off, just because I think it's going to get caught under that lens adjuster when I go to lift the top off. So we're going to take these out, and then we'll take the screws out on the bottom, and I think this front piece will come away with the top, because I don't see any screws coming up from the bottom holding this on, just these guys across the front. You know, if they have to come out, it's not that big a deal, but you know, why take it apart if you don't have to? Yeah, this probably had to come out because this would have caught on that little knob right there. I'll show you. It's kind of hard to see while it's in there. So if we try to lift that off, that would hit there. So that most likely has to come out. Again, we're going to leave these. Any other screws on top? No. We're going to leave those up there for now until I see otherwise. Now let's take out the bottom. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that this one? Yeah, 10. There we go. Alright, that should be all the screws on the bottom. I don't think those back pieces have to come out yet. Let's take the lens cover off. Nice looking lens. And let's see if we can get this top to come loose. There's probably some clips in here. I don't see any, actually. Let's just start doing that. Just kind of working our way across. That's not releasing in the middle yet, but I don't know if that's a clip or if there's something on the back that back panel has to come off. Yeah, it feels like it's just a clip. Yep, that's good. So it's just clipped. You'll see. You got one here, and there. Those pop off easy. These not so much. There we are. Okay, so we do have a keyboard. It's plugged in down under there. An IR detector, door switch. Plug it up here. There's the inside of the top. Yeah, there's like just weird black crud. This must have been in a room with like a wood stove or something. But we'll clean all that up. The fans are probably caked. Yeah. So the fans will need a little bit of cleaning. The whole thing's just going to need a cleaning and a color wheel. Then it'll be a nice projector. It's really not in bad shape. So the color wheel's down in here. Yeah, I can see it. I can see part of it. But it looks like to get to it, we're going to have to take the optical assembly out, or at least get to it. So yeah, let's get that back panel off. We're going to have to take the main board out, I think. Yeah. So let's see here. Ask PCB made the main board. Looks a lot like a old Mitsubishi or ViewSonic. Just with those kind of screws and the look of the board and everything. Alright, unplug those guys. See, there's a second board underneath. That's what all this stuff is plugged into, a little daughter board, or maybe this is a daughter board. I don't know. And there's our pixel shift solenoid, I'm pretty sure. Or that might be the iris. And we got a temperature sensor, and what's that, a fan. And then we have another fan. Come on, that fan. All right, let's see. All right, good, that is loose. Okay, I don't think that's supposed to pull off. But that'll go back on. Okay, so we have a scalar board. The heatsink came off of that that chip right there. Altera. Oh, it's an FPGA. Okay. All right. Well, let's set that safely over here. Now, I'm pretty sure this board can stay, because it looks like the optics are free. So let's get the optic block out. And is that it? Yeah, that feels like it. Oh, and that front just kind of falls off. Good to know. Let's see, so that should all, yep, lift up and out. Slide that back. There's the there's the optical assembly. Here's the color wheel. Ah, and there's the missing segment. So some of it was there, but not enough. Let's see, do we get this from the bottom? Yeah, that's what it looks like. So it looks like we're going to, yeah, it looks like we're going in through the bottom. We're going to pull that off and find you guys a good position. Alright. Just trying to get a good angle so that I can work and you guys can see. Because finding both is a little difficult. No. Very cool optics. But let me get something actually to cover that to keep extra dust from getting in. One moment. Alright, I'm going to use a glove. That'll actually work nicely. And then I'll just leave that way. So, you know, set this down that way so the dust can't get in there. Because this is what I need to get out. It looks like it's just, hopefully just these two. Let's see. Oh, so this plate. Actually, maybe it's just stuck. Let me see if... Yep. But the light tunnel still has to come out. That's fine. Just hope that doesn't adjust the angle by taking these screws out. I don't want to mess with the light tunnel's direction. There we go. To cover for the light tunnel. Oh boy. So there's the light tunnel. Be really careful with that. I don't want that to come apart. It's got the springs. Just set that out of the way. And now let's take Mr. Color wheel out. Yeah, that's no good. So the new one is right here. So let's move that back, and let me just get a little piece of foam and we'll switch that out. Alright, this isn't too bad to change. Just like every other color wheel, you have the bracket. Actually, let me see, and even open this up and see if it comes with the bracket on it. I'm pretty sure it's just the wheel. I got this from Time Electronics, who I get a lot of my parts, or most of my parts from. Just kind of give it a once over. Yep, it's the same. Looks good. Let's get these screws out. I wonder why that light tunnel is built that way. It's a little unusual to me. Okay, there's the old one. Motor feels okay. It's just those segments flew out. Probably got hot. The metal, when it gets hot, it expands and contracts when it cools off, and it breaks the glue joint, and then the segments come flying out. And the other one's loose. Yeah, look. See? The glue just breaks and it comes out. Alright, let's take a look at this. Let's make sure the sensor is clean. Sensor actually looks fairly clean, but let me grab a cotton swab. I'll just spin that in there. Yeah, that was actually fine. Good. Alright, let's get the new wheel out. Alright, let's get the new wheel out. Let's get that new wheel out. I guess this is if I need to move the index mark. That's kind of cool. Let's check that actually. Yeah, so it's at the blue segment like I expected. Good. So that's okay. Okay, wires are coming out the same direction, so that will work. Let's get the optic assembly. And let's start putting that back in, and then we'll clean the rest of it. Actually, before we put this back in, I am going to go hit this with the vacuum. Yeah, it wasn't very dirty at all. So let's take this. This is going to go right here. Just hope that light tunnel doesn't give us any trouble. I don't see any adjustments for it, which is curious. But that might be a good thing, because this is the way it goes. Okay, those line up. Oh, I just realized. So the one screw goes in to hold the light tunnel, and then there's two screws that hold this shield. Can't quite get that metal to go past that. Let's there we go. So you just got to get that corner down there. So they must have the light tunnel aimed in a way that it's just straight. And I would think by now they'd have that figured out, so I'm not entirely surprised. It's just I've never seen it like that before. I haven't seen much of the 4K stuff yet. I'm finally starting to see it. Alright, that's good. Yep. Okay, so we can move that. Mirror looks good, that lens looks good. PPF 35, LCP. Oh, let's get our wires routed here. It's going to go through there. And let's see, that's going to come up. How do I want that to come up? Let's see, it's going to go up this way, so Now let's set this back on. Oops. Oh. There we go. Let's put this one in. Oops, last one for the bottom. Okay, so this is ready to go back in the projector. There's a, pardon me, a plastic flap. There we go. Wow, that was a bit of a chore. Okay, those are down. Let's get these. Let's get these screws back in that hold it. Alright, let's get this fan. Let me go clean that fan. Oof. Yeah, be right back. So I'm going to finish cleaning this all off. It's like tar. I don't know what it is, but it is caked on there. Vacuum couldn't get it off. I couldn't get it off with compressed air. So I soaked that with alcohol, and then I'm carefully hand wiping it off because I don't want to get alcohol on the projection lens and make a big mess. But that seems to be working here. See? Look at that. So I suspect, although it doesn't smell like it, it was near some kind of soot producing device. Clean that out. Just get that power supply a little too. All right. The fan is much better now. It was gross. So this is way better. Alright, so then the next thing, I guess we'll wipe the outside down too. I guess as we move through, we'll just clean as we go. I would love to get inside these a little better, but I don't know if it's worth it. Yeah. There's a little bit of dust on the leading edges. Get those cleaned. The leading edges are very important on these fan blades. The leading edges are dirty or heated or rounded over. They will not move air as efficiently as they should, and that can cause overheating issues. So I am just wiping each blade down to the root. Do a clean area. There we go. Alright, so those fans are back in. We wiped down in there. That's good. I'm going to wipe down the inside of this. And then we'll wipe the outer case down at some point. I wish I knew what this crap was. That's better. Alright, that's clean. Alright, we're getting there. Getting there. Good. Now I'm going to see if I can clean the top off a little bit too. Just to get some of this. Like I said, the cleaner, the better chance it has in the long run. Now, granted, this over here really isn't that big a deal, but it would just be nice to, you know, get as much of this crud out as I can. Okay, that is acceptable. Top still needs to be cleaned. So we'll get a clean paper towel. To clean those holes out. Alright, those holes are clean. And those holes are fairly clean. Let's get that toothbrush in there. Get that dust loose. Yeah, I gotta really get these two with the Q-tip. Alright, those are clean now. I've got a little bit on the outside here. Let's just... Okay, we can start putting it back together now. We can start putting all these pieces back in. So the first piece will be the front. I'm actually having flashbacks to the, what was it, a 3350? I think it went together the same way. Because I think I went in the wrong way with the 3350, if I remember correctly. So let's see here, how does this go together? There we go. Those are in. Let's plug in the IR sensor. Good. These are going to the upper, so I'm going to pull these over to the side. So let's get the scalar board. Alright, that goes on top. This goes on the bottom. That's low voltage power. Then the ballast control also plugs in the bottom. Then we go over here and we have, pretty sure that's the color wheel index sensor. And then the, what do you call it? The solenoid for the pixel shift. So let's just make sure those other wires are out of the way. Looks good. Alright, it's all out of the way. And that pushes down. Good. Good, good, good. So then, fan. Fan. Alright, that fan. The ballast connector came out. That's alright. Probably means I didn't have it in right. There we go. And then we have this is a temp sensor right here. That's why I keep thinking this thing sounds like or seems like a ViewSonic. Now let's get the this flat flex back in. This might be for the pixel shift, I'm not sure. It's either that or this. This might be an iris actually, but the color wheel goes right here. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. For wire for the lamp. Gonna put these two screws in the back that hold the back panel in place. I kind of expect this thing to work. Okay, then let's get our lamp with a good bulb inside. Drop that fella in. Get this set back on, plug in our keyboard and our door switch stuff, you know, all the things. Let's see, that guy open, yep. Okay. So let's, I'm gonna put this plastic cover back on because I think this is gonna be okay. There we are. And then let's set the door on. Like I said, I'm not gonna put the screws in yet. We're just gonna set the door on. Let's make sure it comes on. Let's get some power to it. Make sure comes on. So let's see if we get standby. We do have a power LED. That's good. Alright, it is coming on. That's a good sign. Yeah. Okay. So the DMD is bad. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 5 bad pixels so far, and the projector just turned off on me. I don't know why it did that. Did I do that by cleaning, wiping? I'm not sure where I left off, but I think it was when this made a weird noise, then turned off. So I checked some things, got a little concerned, and then I noticed this wire seemed kind of at a weird angle. It was kind of sitting funny. So I picked up this top. I'm pretty sure that broke off while I was testing it. So before I fix that, we're just going to make sure. I'm going to use my little jumper bypass. This is just, you know, hooked together. We'll plug that in, so we'll fool it into thinking the door switch is closed. Let's get some power. Standby. I got everything back. That's good. There you go. You can see it. So we'll do power. And let's see if it comes to life or not. All right, lamp came on. Hey, BenQ, I like that. You guys can't really see that. There you go. Now you can see it. I don't see any flickering colors yet. We shouldn't, because I have the new color wheel in there. But let's go to menu. Now you can see the bad DMD spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It kind of sucks. So I will have to do the DMD in this, but you know, that'll be another video. But I wasn't going to do the DMD until I knew that it would be worth doing all this. So let's see, can I get menu? There we are, menu. Wait, where's the buttons? Okay, let's go. get the test pattern. Alright, so I'm going to let it sit on this test pattern for a little bit. And as long as that test pattern holds up and it doesn't shut down, then I'll look into getting a replacement DMD for this. Because I do actually would like to sell it. I don't really want it. I actually bought it just to make a video for you guys. So, yeah. Of course, it's going to cost me more money than I thought because I didn't know the DMD had those problems. But that's a gamble when you buy broken things on eBay to fix for videos. That's sometimes going to cost you more than you expect. Now, it could be worse, you know. So, anyway, I'm going to let this run. I'll be back. I went into the service menu. It has 9,535 hours on it. Let's see. That's really all it says. It looks like it was running eco mode for 2 hours. To get into the service menu, it's just like the other BenQs. You press menu and then you press source and enter at the same time, and that brings you to these 4 boxes here. So this is the one I was looking for. I want to make sure all that stuff was good. I didn't start the camera. It did have a color wheel error. It had a few of them. Second one up from the bottom, so I reset everything just so we can make sure nothing else happens. It's been running good with that test pattern. It was fine. Ran it for a while. It's good. So I am going to price out a DMD for this, and we'll pick up with that, hopefully. Let's get this thing torn down so that we can get the DMD out. So luckily I didn't put any screws in the top. That was good. Leave my jumper. So we'll unplug the fans. We'll leave the keyboard attached. This should, yep, that'll pull up. And we should be able to just kind of finagle that out of the way. I should have grabbed that DMD number when I had this out for the color wheel, but you know, what are you gonna do? It happens. Obviously I'm trying to take apart as little as possible, because the less I take apart, the less I have to put back together. So let's get a lamp out, which is still fairly warm. Alright, let's unplug color wheel. Pixel shift. Alright. Will actually help with cleaning this heatsink too. I really wanted to clean this heatsink a little better. all that weird black fuzz all over it. Alright, heatsink. There we are. There's the DMD. What were they using? Oh yeah, they're using the pad. Alright. Well, luckily the new one comes with a pad, so that's good. Let's see. Get that off without making a mess. Yep. Might actually be able to reuse that. I won't, but I could. Yep, definitely could reuse that. Okay, let's see. Let's get that out of the way. Yep. This thing, you got to be super careful with. You just breathe on this wrong, and you'll bend one of those little thingies and your SOL. So I'm going to put that carefully with the board. And then here's our chip. And that's a 1610 553 AB. Yeah, 1610 553 AB. Write that down. $16.10 553 AB. Alright, let me go get a price on one of these, and hopefully the next frame or the next segment will be me opening a box with one of these inside of it. And I'm back. Hopefully I remembered to move the rest of the content from this projector on the computer, because it's been a few weeks, or months maybe, 2 months, 3 months. The DMD was bad. Man, I hope this one's brand new. It should be. Oh yeah, it's new. The angle made it almost look like maybe it wasn't, but no, I got it from Time. Time always does me good. We do have to clean that off a little. Let's get one of these fellas. Make sure there's no schmutz. And then that's going to go there. So that means this is going to sit. Well, oh, the holes don't go through. I see. All right. This way. Am I? There we go. All right, that's good. And then this frickin' thing, you gotta be careful you don't touch those little fingers on there, because they'll just, oh man, you break one of those and you gotta get a whole new carrier. Luckily the carriers are available, but man, they're 25 bucks, so let's get this. All right. That's going to go in there. So we got to trim this. Let me get my scissors. And we'll cut that so it fits in there. All right. Now let's get, there's a little plastic backing. There we go. And now this can go on. Oh, let's get that. That black crud off. There we go. Much better. And then line that up. We'll set that down. Oh yeah, that'll be nice. And then these guys. Got some O-rings. 2 of them, not 4. Okay. Like I said, it's been a few months since I took this apart, so you gotta be careful. Make sure I get everything. I kind of think I might need to put 2 of those on here, but why? Yeah, it does go on these. Oh, hang on. They all have them. There was 2 that fell out. Alright, that's okay. So let's put that one on. Get the 2 in that I have ready. Then I'll take those 2 out and put the rubber back on. Yeah, that feels way better. Alright, there's that one. So I'm used to these screws having springs to help kind of locate all that. Now, as long as, yeah, it feels good. As long as those heatsink pads do their job, we should be fine. I kind of wish they still use the springs, but I'm sure the rubber is way, way cheaper, and in their eyes accomplishes the same thing. There it is. There's the other one. I'll need that. And so just so you guys know, I actually bought this projector for doing the video. I think I mentioned that in the first part, but if not, I'm mentioning it now. It will be for sale. If it's currently for sale at the time of you viewing this, you will see a link in the description to eBay to where you can order it. If you want it. If you don't, then don't click it. Or if you want it for free, don't click it. That was a joke. Alright, let's put this back in. I decided to take some time with some rubbing alcohol in this rag. Try to clean more of that black schmutz out. It's just, I don't know what that stuff is and why it's all in here, but I like getting it out. My guess is this was near a wood stove, kind of what it seems like. And that would, no pun intended, leave crud like that. So that's probably what we're looking at. Yeah, that looks way better. We have to get the plastic to sit around there. tricky. Alright, get that screw in. I actually left this screw in the Optic assembly because there was a cable kind of pushing on it. Hopefully this does it. This should fix it. Like I said, the original issue was just the color wheel. I knew that, but I did not know the DMD had problems. That kind of stunk to find out. Alright, so that should be all the screws for the Optic unit. Let's plug the main board back in and get that top on. Decided to spin it around. Let's get that keyboard out of the way. Should be able to reach all those plugs. Let's just move this stuff back. Line things up. Oh, wait. Just gotta go this way. Come on. There we go. Okay, I like that. Feels good. So make sure that speaker is plugged in. Okay, stuck to the speaker. Speaker is plugged in. All right, let's do the cables in the front and some screws. Pretty sure that's for the ballast. Alright, I'm glad I checked that. That wire was caught under there. That may have been a potential issue. Let's get this cable in. I think this is for the pixel shift solenoid. This goes under. Can't see. There we go. Then color wheel. Let's get that back over here. This one, blue side up because the contacts are down. Latch it. And then this thing. There we go, right here. I guess it helps if I have the connector facing the right way. There we go. Okay, that looks good. What do we got over here? It's going to go to the front. This is going to go to the back. That goes to the top. Let's tuck this back underneath, so that's out of the way. Keep that available, that's fine. Plugged in, plugged in. Alright, let's put some screws in it. Let's put this on first, because there's screws that go through, you know, that stuff. So let's get that ready. Where is... I think I need a... Do I have a cover? No, there's no metal cover for this. It's just this piece goes on. Yeah, there's our rear IR. That's gonna go there. We're gonna screw the, you know what, let's, no. We're gonna test it before I put the top one. I have a little thing for bypassing the door switch, so we'll use that. But let's get a couple screws just holding that main board in, so that we can try it. So I need to fire it up before we do that. You know, put the cover on. So if I try to fire it up before I put the cover on, I guarantee you it won't work. Nope. That one, and then missing one. Missing one screw. Unless I'm staring at it and totally spacing, which is possible. Does happen. But I don't think that's what happened here. I think it fell off on the shelf. Let me go look. Yep. And that one actually goes up here. This one goes back here. There we go. Now I can put this on. Alright, that's good. Let me get my little bypass tool and then we'll drop the lamp in and fire it up. Okay, we have the lamp installed. I have my little fellow there for the door bypass, so keep that visible and plug that in. We have standby and green flashy. Hey, we have light. Good. We should have a picture any moment that I will have to focus. There we go. And no pixels. It was super obvious that it had bad pixels last time, and now I don't see any. It looks just like I expected to. Where's menu? Menu. Come on, warm up. Why is this not responding? Ah, it wasn't warmed up yet. Okay. So let's go over test pattern. Okay, I saw a little, but that's the wall. Alright, this is cool. I'm happy with this. Let's shut it down. Let's get the cover on, get the keyboard back in place, all that fun stuff, and go from there. dirty. Might have to get in there a little more, but we'll get it. I'm not worried. Oops. Trying to do this without blocking the camera. All right, that's good. Okay, that's down. Let's plug this back in. There we are. And this one is going to plug in at the top. Let's take that out. Alright, let's get this plugged into the door switch spot. And then this plugs into the rear remote. There we go. I like that. 7 minutes left on this SD card. Of course, I forgot my good SD card, so I'm using like a 8 or something. That's good. This is good. We have our little air cover thing. There we go. That. That's these guys. Oh, pardon me. Alright. Like that, that's good. And here it is, ready for testing. Let's fire it up. I got my phone plugged in as an HDMI source because I need something that has 4K. There we go. Let's see what that image looks like. Look at that. No pixels, or no bad pixels at least. Let's get a picture up. Okay, So it's overscanned a little. I mean, yeah, zoomed out a bit. Let's see if I can we make that fit at all. Oh, wrong way. No, that's zoomed in all the way, so it's just gonna be over the thing, which is fine. So there's our menu. Let's make sure it's nice and sharp, which it is. Let's make sure all this stuff is back to where it should be. Let's see, what do we got, lamp? Okay, good. Yeah, so because that is new, so that makes sense. Let's get out of here. And now let's get a video up. Let's see here. There we go. This is a channel called Chernobyl Vicky. She's got a really good urbex, exclusion zone channel. I really like her stuff. So I'll put a link in the description there. Check out Chernobyl Vicky if you're into that kind of stuff, or just old stuff in general. It's pretty cool. But anyway, Projector's running great, so I will wrap up this video now. And that'll do it for the repair on this BenQ TK850. We replaced the color wheel and the DMD. It took me a few months to get it all done. Like I said, I purchased this just to do a video for you guys, and being that I lost the last 20 minutes of footage, still found the rest of it. I'm pretty happy about that. So this segment here is actually being recorded 4 months, almost 5 months after I initially finished this. So for the next person that wants to buy it, that's actually good for them, because that means this actually got a little bit cheaper since last year. I will put a description down there. No, I have the description. I will have a link in the description down there with either an eBay or some other way to purchase this if you're interested. I'm going to sell it cheaper than everyone else. Not too crazy cheap, but cheaper. That way I can roll that money back in and get more projectors to do videos on. So if you made it all the way here and you don't subscribe to my channel, think about it, hit that subscribe button wherever it is. I don't know. If you have any questions about your BenQ or similar, go ahead and stick it down in the comments. But most importantly, if you got all the way to the end, thank you for watching.